scrapbookers and creative friends. I'm Linda Petuch. I'm a Creative Memories Independent Advisor in Jupiter, Florida. My goal is to help you get your albums completed. Whether you're creative or not, don't let that put you off. So today, on Thursday Thoughts, I am going to do part 2 of pairing borders and corners, and I just was on a roll last week. I'll put the link from my last week's video, but this week I was on a roll and I just decided to go with it. I was having such a good time, and that's really part of it. We want to enjoy what we're doing. So I used all cardstock last week. This week I have a mixture of cardstock and designer paper, and even though I had these designs in my head, it's amazing how different they can look from what I originally thought of. So that's kind of a bonus. So that's what I want to share with you today, and I want to show you the border and standalone punches and border maker cartridges that I used. You don't have to use these same ones, but my whole point is to inspire you to use what you have. Some of my papers are from my stash, so some I can't remember the names of them, but the whole point is for you to use what you have and get those pages decorated. These are minimal decorations. The important thing is to get your journaling and your photos down on your pages. So without further ado, let's get started. So these are the punches that I decided I wanted to use, and some of them are thematic for celebrations. Some of them, I just love the geometric designs, so I went with that. For instance, okay, so I have the musical staff here, so I decided to do like a birthday, retirement, whatever celebration that you'd want, anniversary celebration, anywhere that there's music and cake and balloons. Here I have the rose chain, and I use the love symbol on here. Now, this doesn't just mean Valentine's Day. Could be wedding. Just could be people you love. I have an album that I call People We Love, and I could very easily use that. For travel, I decided to use the postcard, border punch, and the compass. Also for travel, use the luggage, border punch, and then trains and planes. I didn't use automobiles because I don't have an individual automobile. We do have a border punch, so if you don't have these two, you could just use the car border, maybe cut it apart or use that as your border. Here is the rope. This is the rope chain, border maker cartridge, and the anchor. Did I miss any? No? Okay. This one is the square link chain. This is a pretty new one that we have, and I love that design. So I linked that, or I linked it, no. I used that with the square tile that has that, the little spaces in between there. And this one is the circle chain, and I used the medallion with that one. This is an older punch called the mirrored scallop chain, but I saw this and it made me think of a row of ribbon. So I used the ribbon and paired it with the bows. Over here I have rolling sunshine, and the teacher in me just had to do this. Rolling sunshine, but if you have rain, we get a rainbow. So I combined the rolling sunshine, the rainbow, and the umbrella for the rain. Thinking of school days, I use the scissor border punch and the puzzle pieces. I think that's all of them. Now, just as a landing place for some of these individual punches, I did use my circle and my square punch a lot, and you'll see that on some of the designs. So now, let's take a look at my designs. Now, just as I stated about last week's borders becoming corners, they do have to be the chain borders for this to have the look that I've created here. You can, if you want to use the ones you cut off, you can do that, but this is kind of the easiest way. Now, I will say that I had my scissors pretty handy, because some of them, when I punched the border, I didn't like the way the end of the border was, so I just kind of fussy cut a little bit if I wanted to. Now, in a spot like this, where you're going to put a medallion or something over it, you don't have to worry about it. So you can see, especially with a border like this, you really want to have the repositionable tape runner, and that is the one that's the green cartridge. If you don't have a silicone mat or something, a piece of parchment paper works really well, or a plastic, that's something that the repositionable runner is only going to stick to the paper and not to and stick to the border and not to the paper that it's sitting on. The other thing that I did use were foam squares. We have the new round ones, and we have also some thinner ones, so that's also another option. And these are up on foam squares. Also, this is the circle. I use the circle punch underneath the standalone punch here, so that it would give it, you would be able to see the word love on here. Now, this could be beautiful for Valentine's Day, or a wedding, or just an anniversary celebration, or just some people you love, to put them on these pages. So I did the red roses on the, this is the bronze shimmer. That was one variation. And then I decided I wanted to do some yellow roses. Yellow roses are a sign of friendship and sisterhood. So if you have a special friend or a best friend you want to make a page, you could do that. And again, instead of doing it just in the corner like this, I mixed it up a little bit, and then I decided to put it at an angle and then just cut it off. I just turned the paper. This is on parakeet shimmer. I just turned it over and cut it off on the back just to even it out. And I was trying to be a little more careful. This doesn't have words on it, so this is pretty flexible as far as changing where you have your decoration. But very simple. In that corner, take those borders, turn them into corners. Okay, that's with the yellow rose and the parakeet shimmer. My next one, I did use cardstock for this one as well. And this was that mirrored, what was it called? It was called the mirrored scallop chain, and then the bow. And I did punch a square to put it on there, and the bow is a little bit embossed. I doubled it because I did silver and gold, so I did silver and gold bow as well, and then put a little piece of gold bling on there. Again, this would look nice like this, but again, it's very flexible. That's what I like about this. You can make these pages ahead of time, and then you have them ready when you're on a roll with your pictures and you're ready to just get those photos down in your pages. They're already decorated. And of course, this is plain on the back. If you're putting it in a top loading pocket, you're ready to go with that. So this are ribbons and bows. School days. Or somebody, if you have a friend who is crafty and likes to do jigsaw puzzles. I have a lot of friends who do jigsaw puzzles. This would be a fun page to honor them if you're putting pictures of them either at work on their puzzles or crafty. These puzzle pieces are up on foam squares, and this the scissor border was one that I did fussy cut. I cut the scissors with my scissors because they had they would have like part of the handle of the scissors, and I didn't like that look. So I just went ahead and fussy cut them so that they looked better and more finished. And again, because there are no words or anything, you can make these these corners wherever you would like them to be. Very flexible. I really had a good time creating all these. So here's another one on cardstock. Here's a celebration. Now this one is designed in such a way, but because the balloons would be floating a bit and you wouldn't want to have the cake upside down, this is pretty static the way it is, but it still gives you lots of space for whatever celebration, whether it's a birthday or a retirement party or any kind of a party. You have probably music involved with it, hopefully tasty, yummy food, and then some celebration balloons. These are all Creative Memories punches. These are the squares, and you see I used them behind the cake here. This was the punch out for when I punched yellow cakes, and I just added them as decoration on the cake. And then our ice cream cone that came out last year. I think it's a really, really fun layout, and you can fill that with adorable pictures. Now my last one on cardstock is purely geometric. This is that square link chain, that new square link chain. I love it. It's a really fun design. And then I just took the square tile punch to put that as to make it a definite corner. Again, this is so flexible. I was careful to make sure that I had the same amount of little designs on each one so that you can switch this around. I just think if you spend the time, sometimes, you're just in a mood that you don't want to have to decide what photos and what you're going to write. If you just want to create pages, this is a really fun way to do it. I keep mine in fill and file folders in a binder, and which is something I'm thinking I might do a little tour of that sometime to show you how I store my pre-made pages. So then when I'm creating my albums, I can just go into there, pull out pages that I've already created. Saves a lot of time, created by you, and a lot of fun. Okay, so these were all on cardstock. I did some more other designs, but I used designer paper, and this is what I was saying was amazing to me, how different they could look, taking them off of the plain cardstock and putting them on designer paper. Some of it's thematic, but some was just for the design. Let's take a look. Now this first one, I don't know what collection it was from, but it does have a little, I don't know how well you can see that design. It has a nice design on it. Now oh, I know this was boho. I think it was boho escape. You want to be mindful if it has a pattern, you want to make sure the patterns match in case you're putting them in top loading pockets. So I did created these so that they can be in the top corner. This is that circle chain, and then the circle punch, and that beautiful medallion. I love that medallion punch. It adds such a nice touch. I've used it in many different pages. I think it's really nice. Change the color, change the background, and you've got a very flexible design. Now, if you're putting this straight down and you don't have to worry about the back, that doesn't look bad. It's an overall design, but you could also turn it this way. But it looks different when it has a little pattern on here, and it's not just the plain cardstock. They're all very pretty. I'm very happy with them. So, and I was, as I said, more careful. Last time I wasn't as careful to make sure that these would match if we put them together this way. Okay, so there's the first one. Now we're going to do a little traveling. So this, you kind of have to keep this one down at the base. So I had, it was from Fast to Fab. I think Wanderlust was the Fast to Fab pages. So they have designs on the back as well. But I use this kind of generic map. And on the generic map then, I put my suitcases, which I cut. This is cut. These are cut in half, set at the base. I decided in that space that was there, I'd add the train, the locomotive here. And then I have a little, I don't know that that's a jet, but a plane. It could be a jet. Anyway, so I have those taking us to whatever this destination is. That's very flexible, very easy to go. And again, you want to be mindful of what's on the back in case you don't put them right down in your album. If you're dropping them in top loading pockets, be mindful of the directionality on the back. My other travel one, I thought postcards. I mean, we sometimes just send messages, but if you do send a postcard, my kids used to love to send postcards to themselves and see if it got there before they got home or after they got home. So postcard I thought would be really fun. And then I have the compass taking us in different directions. Again, because this is on designer paper, you want to make sure this was an overall design, so that was no problem, but do be mindful of that. This one, because it doesn't have anything truly directional, you could switch this one up as well. And when you're doing this, think about that. If you don't put a word or journaling or something, it makes it a lot more flexible for you to accommodate your photos. And that's really the most important thing we know are the photos and the journaling. Now let's do a little summertime fun. Well, springtime fun, I guess. Any kind of fun when it's raining. All right, so on this one, I don't remember what... Oh, it was a summer collection. I don't remember which one, but I thought it was just such a pretty color. And then that's the rolling chain. And then I had the umbrellas, which when I punch some of these umbrellas, the rainbows, I punch a whole bunch in different colors, and then I store them. I've shown you in the past some of the storage. I can link those storage ideas on in my description there, so you know. But anyway, we've got this rolling sun, but when we've got rain, we need those umbrellas. Good chance we're going to see a rainbow. Again, because it's kind of willy-nilly. Yes, I know the sun is in the sky, but that's okay. We can be flexible. And these are super flexible. Okay. And my last one, let's go to the sea. Whether this would be for boating. Now, if this was freshwater, those could be crayfish, not lobsters. We can pretend. So I did a double of the rope. And this, I folded over the rope chain. I folded those over. Again, see, I used my circle punch. And then I used the anchor. And I had this paper from, I don't remember which one it was. It's on the back. Yeah, this is a nice overall design. One of our summer or water papers. But I love that little lobster. And the reason I picked red to put behind this anchor was because of the color of the little lobsters, or crayfish, whatever you want to call them. So, but I think the look on the designer paper takes it up another notch, and because it's their overall designs and they're not too busy, it would very easily accommodate your photos. Well, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed seeing these designs even half as much as I enjoyed making them. I really had a good time with it. If you have already subscribed, I thank you. I got more subscribers this week. Thank you so much. Thank you to my loyal followers. I appreciate everything. All you watching the videos and commenting on the videos. It really makes my day. If you have any questions or comments, pop those in the comment section, and check the link in the descriptions, because I will have different links in there for my website, Linda Scrapbooking Station. Take a visit there, because I make so many pages and borders that I do put them on my website for sale, because as much scrapbooking as I do, I will never be able to use them all. Why not share the love? Thanks again for watching, and until next time, happy scrapbooking.